Hello, people. I haven't done a video in a while. I've been caught up with some other stuff and, working on other things, work and all that stuff. So today I would like to talk about love. And the reason why it took me so long to actually speak on this topic is because I was trying to find a more creative way of expressing uh, love. And I decided to, you know what? I'll make this a part one and I'll do another love video about love later on, part two. And by the time I'm ready to put it all together, then I'll figure a way out how creative or how I want to present it and, go forward from there. However, today, this is part one about love. And I'm not a love guru. I'm not a professional Cupid or anything like that. Most of what planning on speaking about when it comes to love is based on experiences that for myself, with the hopes that it will help others, going through similar instances and situations and feeling the same way, right? And so this is a video about love part one. My past experiences, it's up a little bit. Yes, my past experiences about love. There are many types of love, many different types. Their love of friendships, which is more like what you would call it. It's not intimate, you know what I mean? And you have intimate love, you have romantic love, you have many types of love, and you have many definitions of love also. You could Google it, search it up. Today, I'm not doing any Google search or anything about it. Like I said, this is just about experiences. Now, there's a big difference between loving someone and in love with someone, right? When you're in love with someone, it's a more depth of a feeling, right? It doesn't have to be like really uh it's deep when you're really and truly in love with someone. And they say there's a thin line between love and hate. And I think that is true because you could actually love someone so much and you don't feel like it's reciprocated, you end up hating that person. But it shouldn't be that way. You should find out, or I should, we should all try to find out, what's the barriers between the reciprocation of love, right? And I think that's important when it comes to even dating someone, if you're looking for true love, that is, because there are a lot of people that date just because they want to have a social life. There are a lot of people that date, they want to find love, however, but they're not looking for like deep, true love. They're really like looking for someone that, well, you know, that loves them and show them love and they're comfortable with that, and that is fine. And then you have people that really in the search, that they say the pursuit of happiness is the pursuit of true love, that in love feeling. And that's the difference. I think we all want to be loved. Not think, I know. All of us love love. All of us want to feel loved. All of us want to show love, especially for people we care about. And that's important, and that's very valid feeling. There's nothing wrong with that. And being in love, however, let me talk about my experience. Not many people actually within their lifetime, there are many people, but not as much as it should be. But throughout their lifetime, have not found true love or in love with the person, their counterpart that they're with. Throughout their entire lifetime, they have not experienced true love, that deep love, that in love type of feeling. Yes, they're in relationships, they might be married or they might, and they love the person and they know the person loves them back. But there are levels to this. There are levels. Some people actually have the opportunity or had the opportunity, depending on how the situation is, of finding love on a soul connection. Like even the souls love each other. You know what I mean? It's not just on a physical realm. Within the physical realm, it's not just on that surface. Not that if you are in love on the physical realm only, that doesn't mean it's not deep love or important. However, you have a soul connection type of love, like your souls love your soul, the both parties' souls just love each other, like love that on a soul level. That's like deep. Some people would say spiritual level, right? And that is even rarer than we think it is, you know. And I'm gonna be honest, let's talk about it, right? You see, everybody, let's talk about it. I have had, to be honest with you, I have had the experience of having that type of connection when when both parties, not just one, when both parties actually fall in love and it's soul deep, right? Not so deep, but soul deep, right? That's how deep the love connection was. It's almost as if we fight not to go to bed at night, knowing damn well we have stuff to do the next day. We fight that feeling not to go to sleep. We fight sleep, sometimes falling asleep on the phone, talking about stuff. We just want to be around each other, just want to hear each other's voice. Actually, in some instances, getting upset if you don't hear the person back within a few hours. It'll be like, that, and it's a soul connection. I've had that experience, and when it comes to intellectual conversations, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm a intellectual person when it comes to love also. I love first the mind of a person. I love first the mind and then the heart follows, right? Therefore, it's a connection where we both have to love each other's mind, love the way each other think, the way we go about doing things, the interests that we both have, and moving forward, stuff like that. There's a word for it. I can't remember the name for it. I know the name, but I can't remember right now. But it's the type of love when you fall in love with the mind of the person, and also the heart follows and the soul. So we all know that we are connected, mind, body, and soul, right? That's what they say. Some people actually fall in love on all three levels. So that's the level I'm speaking on. Some people fall in love on the heart only. Some people fall in love or love the mind. Some people want a soul connection, but don't really in love with the person that they're with, but their souls are kind of connected. So when you're able to fall in love on all three different levels, that's something that is this really deep, right? In my instance, in my case, it was similar to that, mind, body, and soul type of love. And we connected, and we don't want to be around apart from each other and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. And I'm going to be honest, right? I'm going to be honest because this is for others that go through similar situations, and how to deal with things like this, because love can have a great impact on how you move forward in life. Love can build you, love can break you if you don't heal from the breaking part of it. The building part, that's all good. That's what should happen anyway. We should all love each other to build, not love each other for envy. These days, people use love as a form of a cover for something else. Me personally, I'm not with that. Don't come to me saying, "Oh, I love you, I want to be around you," knowing damn well all you're trying to do is use and what you can get out of a situation. No, keep that love to yourself. Sorry, not accepted. Bye. I don't want that. I'm not, nah, no. Okay. So, like I'm saying, like I was saying, love, unfortunately, fortunately, I've had a taste of what true, genuine being in love with someone is, right? I've had that experience, and to be honest with you, it was wonderful while it lasted. Unfortunately, it didn't last for whatever reason. It could be external forces, could be situations, could be not the right timing, and so we had to just separate. I don't know. She's probably somewhere happy living her life. I'm here, which is fine. My thing after the breakup or after we separate is how to heal. And it took me a while. Took me a good while to actually get over the person. There are triggers and stuff that happen because of, the love you have for that person. Like, for example, their music, there are that plays that remind you of the person. There are other triggers that people you could just overhear a conversation with two people, and your mind might go back to that person or whatever. Or it could be just seeing others in love, and you're like, you think about situations like that. Thinking about situations like that and seeing it happen around you, that is not the problem. The problem is healing from it. And that is what I had to learn to do. It was my first time, and I was a little bit shaky, what I mean? I didn't know how to deal with it. I was like, well, maybe the person, maybe it will work out at a later date. But sometimes when it comes to love, and it doesn't work out and you end up separating, do not, what you should not do is wait on the other person to come back. Move on with your life. Slowly heal or heal, however speed you heal at, and keep moving forward. Life continues. Who knows? There might be others. There are billions of people in this world. You might have a second opportunity or third or fourth or fifth opportunity. Who knows how many opportunities? Some people attract things like that in their lives, that type of love. And if that's what you're trying to attract, you should have also strict rules and regulation as to what you don't want in your life when it comes to love. Okay? Might take you a longer time, but don't worry about that. Just keep moving forward and keep healing and moving forward. Now, it's important when it comes to true love that there are other feelings that comes with it, right? There are jealousy, there are anger, there's sometimes even envy, sometimes, because you're in love with that person so much that you get jealous of everything around that person. It could be a cat. I've seen this before. I've seen this before, a cat or a dog where the spouse was telling it was a girl, she was telling her boyfriend that, look, I think you like that dog too much or that cat too much. The cat is always around you, or the dog or the animal is always around you. You now have to choose either me or the dog, right? And I think that was so funny that guy choose the dog. Well, no, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at. I'm just like, why would you choose the dog though? Like that's messed up, But the person chose the animal over the spouse. Reason because they realized that if you're going to be jealous over other people being around your spouse to the extent that you give them ultimatum, not that there's anything wrong with, like, for example, you might be jealous of a friend they have. Maybe he's their best friend, and it goes both ways, male or female, right? And you're so jealous that you don't want anyone else around that person. The jealousy is not the issue, is how you act upon it. when it gets to that point, you have to really sit and analyze, why is this happening? Why am I feeling this way towards the person, knowing well that whoever the person is around or around them, because we all have friends and we all have other family members and relatives and co-workers and social groups and stuff like that that we're close to. And that doesn't mean that there's anything intimate within the situation. And most times, sometimes, not most, but sometimes there's nothing intimate, right? And you know that. And I'm speaking about you and me also. I'm putting myself in there, you know what I mean? So let me put myself in it. So I know that my girlfriend, she has her friends. I don't want her to hang around her friends. Why? Because I feel like her friends is taking away the time from being around me. And I always want to, sometimes we love things so much we don't let it go. And I always have a saying that for me, love is like sand in the palm of your hands, right? In the palm of your hands, you have the pile of sand. Now, if you squeeze it too hard, the sand will start to slip through the cracks. But if you hold it like this, the sand will stay in the palm of your hands and probably stay there forever. So some people, the problem, they love someone so much and they allow other feelings to set in that they squeeze that sand too hard. They squeeze the palm of their hand trying to hold and control the other person, which if you really think about it, the other person is going to start to have resentment because they feel like their lives are being too restricted. When people get into relationship, they didn't go to jail. It's not a jail thing where the person should be in solitude from everyone else because you are insecure within yourself. To truly love that person, and then it comes down to trust. We also have to trust. Trust is something that is earned. Trust is something that is built over time. Sometimes you give people trust and they run with it and they never break that trust. Some people they break the trust. If that's the case, then you know now that they break trust. So now you can't really trust them as much. But that don't mean that you hate them or you don't forgive them or whatever. It's just that, well, I just can't trust you. You've proven time over time that you are going to break my trust anyway. And if we learn from our own mistakes, we don't allow people always back in our lives to just keep doing the same thing over and over. That's the definition of sanity, expecting a different result. Okay. So trust, jealousy, envy. Now, trust is one thing when it comes to love. Jealousy is another. And you have people that get into relationships and it becomes fatal. It has happened in the past. And it's crazy because you love the person so much you don't want the person give them any breathing room, any space, any time to and then what happens is that that person builds up resentment towards you and you don't know why the relationship is not going as well as you would like it to. It's not that the other person doesn't love you, or it's not that you don't love the other person, but they are holding on too tightly. That's not love. Okay, love is not ball and chain to the hands and feet. Love is actually the free flowing emotion of affection that people have between each other. And love is also that goes also with friendships, not just intimacy. You have romantic love. I think romantic love is very wonderful. You pull out the bottle of wine, you open the door, you spread roses on the bed and stuff like that, be creative. That's the romantic side, like candlelight dinners and that I think that's wonderful. I think a lot of us should go back to doing things like that. But that's not that's just one type of love also, and it's very nice, and you showing appreciation for the other person, the romantic love, and showing that. you really care, and that plays a lot of role, you know. Also, that plays a major role in the affection and bringing people together. A lot of people show love by just being around each other. I know people that are so in love, they'll sit side by side and don't even talk, but the feeling between they'll hug and just look at the ocean or look at the stars, or and not even saying a word to each other, right? And then you have love that the person will come to you every day. I love you. I love you. They'll say 1,000 times a day. But when it comes to actually showing you that they love you, it's not there. And love is an action emotion. Love is something that you show also. It's not just something that you just speak. And I'm not saying that speaking it or saying you love someone is not important, because your words also is creating a certain kind of I wouldn't say spell, but your words is also important. You're showing your manifestation of love through words. Some people do it through songs. Some people do it through physical touch, feeling, kissing, hugging, stuff like that. And all those come into play when it comes to love, right? Some people love, like I said in the past, the mind, the way someone thinks, the way someone go about living their life, the way someone do what they do that makes you so attracted to them, right? That's important too. So there are many types of love, and how we respond to it is one thing. Another thing, and how we heal when we break up is even just as important as falling into love. When two people separate that truly love each other, what should happen next is healing. Do not allow, and it's going to be difficult in the beginning. It's almost like when you quit a bad habit, right? You quit that habit within the first 3 days, or maybe a week or 2 weeks, maybe. Some people like a month. It That habit is is so intense. You know what I mean? It's so intense. It's difficult to refrain from that habit. But after a while, you you know, keep staying away and keep breaking that habit, not doing it anymore, whatever it is, bad habits, because you have good habits and bad habits. I'm speaking about the bad habits. And when you decided that you're not going to allow it to break you, and you keep moving forward, the healing is taking place. It's like you get a cut. And when you get a cut, right? You get a cut, it takes a while for the wound to heal. It doesn't just heal immediately. Unless you're like one of those superheroes that have super healing, then that's different. But you have to allow that wound to heal. At first, it's going to be deep, depending on how deep you feel about the person. It's going to hurt. It's going to go through the motions, cry it out, punch a wall, but don't hurt anyone else, and don't hurt yourself in the process. For some people, they'll hurt themselves because someone else don't want to be with them, or because they broke up, and that's not good, because you have to allow the healing to take place. You have to heal, and life goes on. Life continues. There are other people out there in the world. You never know how things may turn out. And just keep a positive mind and go through that healing process. Yes, it's tough. I know. For me, it was even tough because of how connected I was with that person that I was truly in love with. And I know that person was in love with me too. I understand this. But whatever happened, happened, that caused us to separate. She's probably happy here somewhere. And I wish that for her. I'm not wishing anything negative. I hope, I wish her all the best. I'm not the type of person that break up with somebody and then I wish their downfall because we separate. Because you're wishing downfall on yourself when you look at it. Whatever you put out is coming back to you. Wish them, wish them okay, the best of luck. It didn't work out for a reason. Who knows? The Most High or the universe or whatever you believe in, whoever you believe in, I should say. Um, might have a bigger plan for your life. Some people live their entire lives without even getting into another serious or get into a serious love relationship, but they have a lot of people around them that loves them and they love the person. It's just not on an intimate level. It could be business partners, could be social groups, could be church or synagogue or mosque or wherever, could be family settings, could be school, and or the important thing about love is, especially during separation, is healing. Allow that wound to heal. It's gonna take a while, depending on how deeply you feel about the person, and it's important to not try to not allow other things to, because there will be music. You probably hear a car passing, playing a certain music that you and that person you separated from are connected to, in terms of you probably share music with each other, right? What not to do, or my advice from my experience is not just no 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 and then get mad at the passing car, the person don't even know that they triggered somebody down the street. But listen to it. That's a part of the healing. Allow it to flow. Allow your emotions to develop and also release. Because if you don't allow the wound to heal, if you keep putting salt in the wound and not allowing it, not giving it the proper time and stuff to heal, it will not heal. And it will also, even worse, leave a scar. Okay? Proper way to heal from things is, okay, this trigger me, allow it not to affect you in a negative way, but allow the feeling to flow through you. Allow, and then release that feeling. Say, okay, it is what it is. Think positive thoughts. Okay, life continues. Move forward. Keep going forward. Keep progressing. Do not allow it to bring you back to the past in terms of a negative way. Wish well. And this is for breakups. Wish well for the person and release it. It will be tough in the beginning, but as time passes, you'll realize that your body naturally heals itself. Your body will let it go, let it flow. And times will come when you hear the same music again. And not that you won't think about the person, but it won't affect you at all. You'll be like, oh, well, I remember those times. Sometimes you might even laugh about it. That, well, those were good times. Also, a good way of healing is keep on the path of finding, if that relationship didn't work, keep on the path of finding the someone else that will not just like fill the gap. You're not looking for a rebound, and you have to heal yourself first. Allow time to pass, allow the healing to take place, and then get back out there in the world. You'll never know. You don't know how many millions and billions of people out there, and you might just find someone that is even, you and that person is even more deeper connected than the previous, right? It's almost as if like a new car. Yeah, I had the brand new 2022 Range Rover, right? Have that. That was the relationship that you separated to. I had to let it go. We separated, right? So now, instead of sitting there crying about losing that Range Rover, there's a 2024 waiting over here. You won't know unless you allow yourself to heal and move forward on that, you know? And then the process, you have to allow the process to continue. And why I'm speaking about healing, it's because love is a tricky thing. The first thing in love, and this is a secret, guys. Okay, this is top secret. Okay, this is some NASA, CIA, outer world stuff, right? I'm about to tell you. I'm just playing, but hear this out. When it comes to finding love, and when it comes, if you're seeking true love, because not everyone is seeking true love. Some people is just seeking someone to show affection to, and they show affection back. If you're seeking true love, right, or any form of love, so to speak, when it comes genuine love, the most important thing is how do you love yourself? Love comes from within. If you do not genuinely have love for yourself, and if you do not genuinely have love within you, it is impossible for you to get into a relationship expecting that from someone else, right? And it goes vice versa. In dating someone, it is always important to find out how deeply that person have love of self. And when I say love of self, I don't mean like selfish and greedy, not that type of love. How they treat themselves, how they take care of themselves. There's a balance between the confidence level and how they carry themselves and how they view the world and their happiness that comes from within. That's important. If you really want to find someone that has genuine love, find it, see, look, if you have someone in when that you're interested in, right? See how much they have love for themselves. See how they carry themselves. See how they treat others. See how the you will see the love radiate from them if they really do truly have that deep love within them. That person is able to love you because they have it within, from within out, and not from out depending on you to love them so they feel loved. No, they already feel loved because they have love of self. Now, you loving them is a bonus. You loving them is is multiplying the love that they have already within, and vice versa. You also should have that deep love for yourself first. Do not go into relationship, right, expecting that person to love you and you do not love yourself. And when I say that, I mean like genuinely, like really. You have to, if you are looking for true, genuine love, you have to have, it comes from here. Even if you're single, the true, genuine love comes from within and it goes out. You can't expect that person to love you more than you love yourself, because then now what will happen is that that person will take advantage of you, or you will fail to take advantage of that person because that person don't love themselves. There's a saying, if the patient doesn't care, why should the doctor care? So if the patient don't love themselves, why should the doctor just love them genuinely? It now is just a job to love them. It's not genuine. It's a job because, well, I'm paid to love this person or take care of this person to, to help this person. I'm just paid for that. But apart from that, the person don't even care about the help and the health and being taken care of. So why should I care? I should just help that person get paid and keep it moving. If the patient really cares about their healing and their love and moving forward, the doctor will genuinely care for that person, knowing that the person really genuinely care for themselves. And this is how love kind of works. Do not externalize love. Love is internal to external, not external to internal. You develop that love of self, develop it from the inside out, and vice versa. Whoever you end up with or have the person of interest, try to see and gauge how much that person have love for themselves, and you will know how much love they'll show you ultimately. Okay, so that's one way of even dating someone when it comes to love and peace. I'm not going to make this video too much longer because I want to do a part two to love, and I'm trying to do it in a different way, right? I have some questions. I have some questions here, and I was going to questions about love. and I was going to just answer the questions and stuff like that. Maybe I do it in the next video. Um, how do you know? How do you know when you love someone? How do you know you love me? And that's a good question. How do you know? You can ask someone, how do you know that you really genuinely love me? How do you feel when you think about me when we're together? And allow the person, hopefully they're truthful, because some people will just say whatever they want to say just to make you feel better, and but you could tell when someone is being genuine or not, especially when it comes to love, right? And that's when you're looking for true love. Not everyone is looking for that. So if you're not, then it's okay. You know, if you're just looking to fall in, into a relationship with someone and you grow, because you can grow to love someone also. You could not really like in love with them and you get with that person and you guys grow together. And then over a period of time, that love builds into both parties becoming in love with each other. They spend more time with each other, it's developing, and the growth is there and it's steady. And you end up falling in love with that person. That can happen too. And you have love at first sight. That is actually a thing. Love at first sight. I think there was a whole series on that on TV, love at first sight, right? But that is actually a thing though. Some people see people for the first time and just in love with that person. You don't know what connect. Maybe it's their aura. You don't know what it is about that person that just attracts you to them or they them to you, and that's how it is. However, guys, hopefully we learn something about healing, the healing process, and love. It would be one-sided for me to only speak about love and not speak about healing and breakups within the same conversation. And also how jealousy is not jealousy is not bad. We all feel jealous when we really truly love someone, but it's not the feeling of it, is how we respond to jealousy that makes a difference. Some people are just some people, they respond in very cruel and crazy ways. Some people respond fatally to the other person, taking that other person's life just because they feel like that person shouldn't have love with anyone else but them. And that's a very wrong and bad way to go about it, because you're destroying someone else's life as well as your own, as well as your own. A lot of people don't care. I don't care. Avoid those type of people. If you're not one of those people, avoid those people. And if you are one of those people, you really need some help. Get some professional help on to understanding what true love really is. I'm not a professional, so I won't go down that road. And I'm not a love guru or a love professional cupid. You know, my arrow. I shoot. I mess around. If I'm trying to be a cupid, I mess around and hit the wrong person with my arrow. Uh, Be like, oh damn, I hit the tree. I'm sorry, man. No, you in love with this tree now. I was trying to hit that girl over there, but this the arrow went, the wind the blow and all this stuff, and it changed the trajectory of the arrow, and I find out mad excuses, but like, yeah, the arrow was, I don't know, the tree walked into the path of the arrow. So I'm sorry, man, you in love with this tree now, bro. You gotta just love on that tree, hug it every day, water it, whatever, pick the fruits. You guys will bear a lot of fruits together. So I'm not a professional cupid, so to speak. Okay. However, I do actually put a few people together, and I'm actually proud of their progress now. Today, even one of my friends is like, yo, I didn't know that, you had it, because I have the ability to see genuinity. And at first he was skeptical about that person, about her. And I was like, honestly, I feel like it was like a coworker situation and I was like, honestly, I feel like she's really genuine. I have conversations with her and stuff like that, and she seems like a really, really nice person. And I've been observing her, and I realized that, she's single. Um, she has a lot of love, but she's shy. So maybe, take the approach, slowly. Don't just bomb rush her and just intimidate her and run her off. Take your little time, put on that little swag thing, slide up on her real smooth and be like, hey, what's up, man? I've been looking at this flower and I thought this flowers was beautiful, the most beautiful thing I've seen until I seen you. Something, just slide up on her. And you got women that does that too. Someone, and I've had that experience in my past that a girl, she slid up on me so smooth. I had no control over what happened next. But that was in the past. Now I'm like, okay, I see you, you slick though, and get to know the person. I try to keep it to get to know him first. Now just allow her to slide up on me and be like, "Hey, what's up? What's up? I'll be looking at your eyes. I think you're cute." And all the compliments. I like compliments too. However, get to know the person. That's important when it comes to love. Really and truly use that dating process or courtship to get to know the other person. Ask them questions. Ask them their favorite color, their favorite food. Ask them what music they like. Talk about things that you guys can have in common and things that, pet peeves and are you allergic to dogs or cats or which would you prefer? Question like this. And people be like, oh, those are silly questions. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Because if you and that person get it, say you're newly couple, right? And you and that person get into a relationship and later down the road, say a few months, she has a birthday. You already know what food she likes. If you want to take her out or him to dinner, you already know what color they like. You already know the type of music. You already know a lot of things. So in that courtship of pursuit of love, in that courtship, get to know the person. Talk about these things. Find out more and more about the person and how they view life, how they look at things. Some people they allow religious background to affect the relationship. If that's the case, if you're one of those people, then find out what their religious background is or spiritual background is and find out, different things, how they view certain situations and how they will handle and deal with certain situations. So all that ties into the pursuit of love. All that ties into finding the true person, the one, the Neo and Trinity, right? So hopefully this video helps, and there will be a part two to this video. There will definitely be a part two to this video, and I'll try to make it a little bit more creative. Who knows? I might go live with someone else and have certain conversations when it comes to love and breakups and healing and stuff like that. But I'm putting it together, so bear with me, okay? And if I don't post every day, that doesn't mean I'm not working on things. I make a lot of notes. So on my next post, I have an idea of what I want to do, and I do try to do it in steps. Okay? Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you learned something from this video. And each one teach one. We learn from each other. I speak my past experiences. Experiences teach it wisdom. And so what a good man or a smart person learn from their own mistakes, but a wise person learns from the mistake of others. That way you don't even have to make that mistake. You already learn from others' experiences and pitfalls and stumbling blocks and stuff like that. That's a wise person. That's a brilliant person. It's good also to learn from your own mistakes. So whoever that does that is also great. All right. Stay up. Hope you're having a great week. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Spread love, spread peace, spread happiness. Love comes from within. Peace comes from within. Happiness comes from within. Always remember that. And always love yourself, have peace within yourself, and be happy with yourself before you go out there expecting it from others. Okay? And vice versa. All right? So stay up. Peace. I love you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. A lot of people I subscribe to don't subscribe to me, but it's okay. I'm not fussy, you know. I'm not fussy about that. It's all good. But anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video. Be at peace and take it easy. All right.